Hi there, it's Diane from Stamping with Diane in Innisfil, Ontario. I have been an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator now for about 4 years. I absolutely love teaching stamping and having friends see the beauty and the fun that they can have when they're creative. I have been going through my designer series paper that has that is retired, and I have been cutting 2-inch squares. Look at how many I have. The reason I'm cutting 2-inch squares is sometimes I just can't think of designs or ideas. So I have been playing with these 2-inch squares, and I absolutely love what you can come up with. So here I've just taken 3 2-inch squares. This is all from a certain series. This was the Eden Garden, and there's the back sides. Have fun playing with them, deciding how you want them to go. Here's some with some painted, hand-painted, hand-penned was the paper. Again, mix and match, flip them over, all settles, put a pop of color in there, and I'll show you a few designs that I've made. This one I made with the softly stippled designer series paper, which is free in our celebration flyer right now. Free paper they're going to give us. So I decided to cut some squares of the beautiful colors, mounted on a background with the softly stippled embossing folder. I hope you can see that. And some of this beautiful pecan pie ribbon. Here's another version, same idea, without the banner going across, and I used more of the subtle backgrounds and just let one pop out with the color. Same sentiment. Then I thought I have to play with the lavender paper, the perennial lavender. So again, I used 2 of the muted backgrounds, the one side, and then let the lavender flowers kind of pop for the front side. Embossed this with the time-worn type and added a bit of pretty peacock on here. So I have to tell you, I've been a bit stuck with creating with this paper. I got it. It was the first one I got because I have some men in our family who just love to build and design and create. So I thought I have to have this tool paper, but I unfortunately do not have the Trusty Tools bundle yet. So what I decided was, let's try this 2-inch technique. So let's give it a go. The package of our designer series paper, the 12 by 12 sheets that this is, it tells me exactly the colors that are used in this paper. So it's the Poppy Parade, Lost Lagoon, Basic Black, Copper Clay, Crushed Curry, and Gray Granite. So I decided to go through. I didn't want any of the tools, although I have fussy cut some of these tools and stuck them onto projects, which has made them a lot of fun. But I just chose these 3. So I know I've got the Gray Granite, I've got the Poppy Parade, I've got the Crushed Curry, and this is the other side. So any one of these, I've used the same one here, would work. Okay, so I decided the Gray Granite would be a nice background, but this time, instead of kind of lining up my squares, I'm going to make them a little bit more random. So I'm thinking maybe a Crushed Curry over this way. Let's see. So I think these are the different sides that I'm going to be using here. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment right directly on the front. And for this sentiment set, I'm going to use the Heartfelt Hellos, Dad, You're the Best. And it is also something that you can earn free with a $60 order from anywhere in any of our catalogs or the online exclusives. So because I want that to be on here, I want it to position about here. So I'm actually going to stamp before I add my papers. So let's stamp using the Poppy Parade because we know that that's what's going to match. So inking that up, and I'm using my grid here just to kind of help me line up. And this way, if I do make a mistake, I can always flip this over. Beautiful, crisp, clear image. Love it. All right. Now I think I'd like to stamp as well, kind of around the outsides. Now, I mentioned I don't have the trusty tools, but I do have the vintage tool set. And so I've pulled out this little stamp with the nails. And I'm just going to put a few random nails around the outside of this card. So kind of up here. And I'm just, obviously I haven't glued these down yet. But I just have them kind of where they're going to end up so that I know where I want to stamp. Let's, shall we do one more? That's like that there. Maybe we'll put one more. No, you know what? We might leave it just like that. For now, we can always add more afterwards. So now with my stamping seal, just going to start flipping these over and adding some adhesive to the backs. I'm not using dimensionals on these. I'm just going to let them lay flat. And I think I want the red to pop out and be the brightest. Maybe like so. So I'm going to put it on last so more of it shows. And that's kind of the screwdrivers there. There we go. So again, 3 2-inch squares. Do I want more nails? You know what? I think that pops just like it is. So bringing in some adhesive again. Again, I love working on this glass mat. It's so forgiving. And if my adhesive slides over, you just wipe it off easily. So I framed this out just with 1/8 of an inch around the outside. So I sometimes have trouble getting these absolutely straight, but I always think it's a homemade card. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And this a gray granite card base as well. So I'm doing just a 2-layer card with designer series paper on top. Very, very simple design. Anyone can do this with whatever you've got at home. I'd love for you to try it and show me what you've done. So here's our gray granite. Oh, love how that red Poppy Parade just makes that pop. The Poppy Parade makes it pop. And there's our sentiment, 3 squares. How simple is that? So keep that technique in mind. Of course, you could do a portrait style card and lay them out like so. Any way will do. Let's try another one. You could go squares and then a diagonal. Lots and lots and lots of different ways that you can use 3 little 2-inch squares of designer series paper to make your card pop. Okay, thanks for joining me, my friends. If you wanted to shop and if you saw something that you like, please use the host code for January S9W3PSXT. I had a lot of fun at my BOGO sale this past week, and I have to sign off now so I can go and make my draw for the raffle. Take care, friends. Bye for now.